So hello guys, and welcome to another video, and today I will be looking at something pretty interesting, since the prototype, or the beta for Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga has actually been dumped online, and this is actually a build that was made around E3 2003, and it's actually a demo presumably used at E3 2003, so this is really cool. And it's really cool that we get to see a lot of these unused sprites and also music and changes as well. Like already on the title screen here, we can see the original logo that was used in the first trailer, which is just really cool. So let's go ahead and get started. So I think I'm gonna start with the one that's at the Bean Kingdom here. And yeah, already the music is different. It actually uses the unused song in the game, which is pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of how the Thousand Year Door demo had like the unused music and everything. So yeah, let's get into a battle here. So yeah, there's actually like a transition into battle like right before it starts, and it kind of looks like the transition before the battles in the 3DS games, which is pretty cool. And then the UI here looks different, like the font kind of has like an italic style to it, and it looks pretty cool. Yeah, and I think like the coloration and different things in the UI is different. And then the battle theme is also a little different as well. Some of the instruments are different, so that's really cool. Also, I think the enemy variety in the Bean Kingdom here, and like the fields area here, like with the grassland, I think the enemy variety is a little different, but that might be due to the fact that this is like a demo, and they're just showing off different parts of the game. But yeah, basically in this demo here, you have to collect 8 coins. Oh, then here's another enemy that actually has a different design here. Well, a slightly different design. It's the Dry Bones. I mean, the Dry Bones do look distinct in Superstar Saga, but they even have like a different design here than their final design, which is pretty cool. Also, I think the timing is a little different as well, since it's a little different than how I'm used to. So let's look at the Bros attack here. Let's do Splash Bros. Okay, I'll successfully pull it off here. Or Bound Bros. Yeah, and the button prompts are different there, which is pretty cool. The victory music is a little different as well. So that's pretty cool. Here's a Wiggler. In the normal game, like the Wiggler is a boss in like the forest area, but here, I think there are actually like normal enemies in this build of the game. And during the bosses, it also plays the regular battle theme. So, well, I think they were still it seemed like they might have been intended as regular enemies in this build, but if you do play other bosses in this build, it still plays the normal battle theme. Also, I think the Wiggler has a slightly different design as well. I might be wrong, but it does... A lot of the sprites here do look to be kind of early here, obviously. Like, not all of them are finalized. Okay, so we leveled up here. There's also a lot of other early sprites, that could either be accessible by hacking or looking at the files of the game, which is pretty cool. Or I think like some other parts of the game are accessible by hacking as well. But I'm just gonna look at the demo here. I wish they used that song in the final version. It's pretty good. Okay, let's... Oh, that's pretty cool. So there's a spiky sniffet there. And it's actually called a pokey sniffet here. So the enemies had slightly different names. Okay, I didn't mean to jump on it. I was supposed to jump on the Goomba there, but... Let's see. So yeah, the translation wasn't really finalized here. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see it in the grassland area here. I guess it might have been... I'm not sure if that, like, if it appears in the, in this area, rather than the desert, because it's, like, the demo and everything, they're just showing off some of the enemies that are in the game. But I'm not sure. There's another Dry Bones. Yeah, the Dry Bones also don't appear in this area. Also, I noticed the button prompt on the bottom right corner of the screen has like a slightly different design as well, like when you're avoiding the enemy attacks. Okay, I don't think there's anything over here. There's actually, beans on the map here, but you can't access them due to your abilities not being unlocked yet here. Okay, so we have a Parabini here. So they were called beanies even in this build, even though they're completely new enemies. Though I'm sure that has to do with the fact that the Japanese version doesn't have that much of a different name for the beanies. I might be wrong, but some of the names like the Pokey Sniffet are closer to their Japanese name than their final name, because Pokey Sniffet is actually the name of the Spiky Sniffet in the final version, in the Japanese version of the game. Okay, so we have another Wiggler here. So yeah, this is what I was saying. I think the Wigglers were originally meant to be regular enemies, rather than like a boss. I think it also has lower HP as well. I mean, just due to the fact that it isn't a boss. Okay, let's do a Bros attack here. Yeah, because it's defeated in one Bros attack. Okay, so we have one more block to get here. Okay, I don't think there's anything over here. I like the sleeping Wiggler, that's cute. Okay, we have another Tri-Bones to fight. But it's really cool to see that, like, an older Mario RPG actually had its prototype found. So that's just really cool in general. Okay, there we go. I can see why they changed the music, because the final version does sound a little like a little better, easier on the ears, kind of. Is that those brass GBA samples do sound a little rough at times. I think I'm missing one somewhere here. Also, I think they definitely tweaked the layout in the final version compared to, like, comparing this one in the final version of the game. Okay, there we go. Okay, there's the last one. Okay, so here's the end of the demo here. It has a little thing for thank you for playing and a compressed version of the artwork. So yeah, let's check out a little bit of another one here. So let's actually look at the opening cutscene and opening area here. Okay, so the next thing here is actually the opening to the game, since there are quite a lot of differences here. Like, the Toads have, like, a very different sprite, which is pretty cool. And the background music also has that unused song as well. And it actually doesn't have, like, the sound effects as well. So it's pretty interesting. Waffle and Cackleta's designs didn't really change significantly. But there were actually some things that were found that were pretty interesting. Like, I think some of the sprites for, like, Bowletta were different, as well as, like, there was also, like, some text revealing that, like, Cackleta was actually Queen Bean's sister. So a lot of interesting things were revealed here. But yeah, I kind of like Toad's sprite here, like, with the early design. It looks pretty cute. It kind of has that classic Alpha Dream style to it. Like with the earlier GBA games that they made. And this funny cutscene is also in this build. But yeah, let's look at another area. So now we're at Hoo Hoo Mountain, and it was actually called Ufu Mountain in this build of the game. So yeah, let's look around here. Let's fight this beanie. So the demo actually starts you out at a slightly lower level than it does in Bean Bean Fields, which kind of makes sense, since this is representing an earlier area of the game. For some reason, I couldn't get Stardust Fields to work, because there was like a line of dialogue that like soft-locked the game, and then another file that I was trying to run didn't load that file for some reason, but at least I'm able to check out some of these other areas here. So let's look at the items here. So let's look at the mushroom. Okay, so there's actually a different animation, which is pretty cool. It's interesting to see, like, all these differences here. Because, I mean, some betas for games, or some demos that were shown, like, the same year that a game released, there really aren't that many differences, but here there are quite a lot. Likely due to the fact that it's a GBA game, and they can make a lot of changes. Yeah, and it says Ufu Mountain Trail here. And I think the music is also a little different as well, at least with the instruments. Okay. I think in this area, in the demo, you also get to fight the, Huhurus, So yeah, we'll also see that as well. I think this thing here that kind of, sprouts out the, tornado there actually has a different design as well. I might be wrong, though. It does look a little different. Okay, we have the Rexes here as well. Those, along with the beanies, were both in the, Huhu Mountain in the final version. Okay, I didn't intend to die there, but that's actually the, death animation. And yeah, let's go ahead and use the 1-up. And it actually has, like, the revive animation there is actually based on the arcade Mario Bros, which is really cool. Okay, there we go. I also want to demonstrate the game over screen as well, since it's different in this build. But I think I'll do that when I get to the boss. Okay, you can't really do anything in here since you, can't access that bean. Oh, I think I forgot to activate the thing in there. I thought I already did, but I was just fighting the beanie there. Okay. Okay, so here's the boss here. And it actually doesn't do the minigame. It just goes right into the boss. Which I think is partially due to the fact that it's like, again, it's a demo. Oh yeah, I think you have to hit the one that they're under first. Or I meant after, yeah. Also, it's called the Ufros in this version, rather than the Huhuros. Okay, so let's actually demonstrate the game over screen now. So let's see, a couple more hits. Okay. So it actually has a different game over screen here. That's pretty cool. And I think the music it uses is actually like used in like some mini games or tutorials, I believe. But yeah, anyways, that's the beta for Mario & Luigi Superstar Saga. This is actually my favorite game in the Mario & Luigi series, so it's really cool to actually see this build of the game dumped. And I hope this happens with some other games. Definitely a certain Paper Mario game from the 2010s on the 3DS. But yeah, I really like how this preserves a lot of the original sprites and original music that was in the game. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more, and make sure to check out my Discord server and Twitter if you want to. Goodbye!